Hi, everyone. This is Aaron, and you are listening to the SoundWords podcast, a podcast about the life and times of today's worship leaders. Today's guest is Joyce Ho, and we're going to talk about serving in multiple ministries, our high school music careers, and teaching 11th grade Sunday school. Thanks for listening. Joyce, you serve with me in a lot of areas in children's worship, in IT, in
Yes.
Unicoi, and in adult English service.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite?
My favorite ministry to serve.
Yeah, if you had to choose one.
What? To serve and not to be in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. How about this? What's your favorite one to serve in with me? It's my podcast.
Well, I feel like I don't really play with you anymore unless it's for English.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I think IT is my favorite to serve with you when I'm serving with you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you mean. I see, like, physically playing together. That's what you mean. I'm sorry.
Because I feel like IT is like, it's fun to get to experiment with music, whereas I feel like we don't get to do that as much for English service. And then for Unicoi, I don't know. It's different. It's different, I think, playing for like with your peers versus leading the youth or leading children. I think it's just fun to like worship with everyone. But I think IT is also where I started off.
Oh, for sure. So wait, elaborate on this. What do you mean that we experiment more? You mean like with songs or like with...
I feel like practice is a lot more chill.
Really? Man, I thought I was extreme all the time. Yeah. I thought I was like hardcore all the time.
Oh, I think you're more hardcore for English worship.
Really? But we...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because it's like Sunday morning practices and it's more like playing for a bigger group of people and everything's like, you have to set up all the AV and...
You're right.
It's just a lot more to coordinate.
You're absolutely right. I do feel more pressure for English service. Do you feel that same pressure that I feel, or are you just like, whatever?
I feel more pressure playing on like the bigger stage than the smaller stage.
Answer this then. What's your favorite place to lead in? So take me out of the picture. Like, you as like guitarist, vocalist, main person. What's your favorite?
To lead?
Yeah.
I think maybe Unicoi.
Okay, explain that one to me.
Because I feel like in Unicoi, I feel like it's different when counselors lead versus when high schoolers lead. So I think I like when counselors are able to worship with high schoolers and for them to be able to, for counselors to be able to model worship for them. Because I think there's a big difference. You can kind of tell.
And when you are leading in Unicoi, do you go in with that mentality that like, oh, this is going to be way different than when the students are leading?
No, I don't. I think it just turns out that way. And then like afterwards, I'm like, oh, that was kind of different.
I'm glad that you said that because I scheduled you for a couple Unicoi dates. You'll see it in...
What? I told you I couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you'll see it in tomorrow's email. And if you still can't do it, then email me back.
Okay.
I don't know, like... Maybe you can.
Like 6:30 practices?
I mean, yeah, if you can. But here's the thing. I don't think that the students can play with you. Like, it might just be a counselor-led thing because they have leadership meetings on the first and third Fridays of the month.
Okay.
Yeah, so it could be counselor-led. And I scheduled you on the day after you're leading in IT. So it's like you're leading in IT on that Thursday, and then on the Friday. Well, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying you can if you want to. Anyway, just see.
I don't think I can make it on time though.
Okay, all right. I'll reconsider. But I already published it, so like don't just email me and tell me you can't do it.
Okay. I'll let you know for sure if I can't do it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like now that you told me it's your favorite, that I don't know. Maybe it changed things.
No, I mean I'd like to do it, but I just don't have time.
That's fair. Joyce, let's talk about that. You're super busy. You're in OT school and you're doing all this ministry stuff. Not only do you play music, but you're a counselor in Unicoi and you're teaching Sunday school with me. So what's up with that? Like, how are you balancing your time? How are you making time for this? I know you have a social life and family life. So how does this work out?
Well, I think this year specifically, I've been pretty blessed with. So I work on Fridays. I have a job at the main campus at USC. But at my job, I do not have a supervisor there. And I basically work in a really big old house and I don't really do anything all day.
What?
So I'm able to work on things.
Are you sure we should put this on the internet so everybody hears this?
Oh, no.
It's fine. No, it's fine. Nobody's going to listen to this.
Okay. This is an experiment, right? It's not going to be published.
I mean, I'm gonna publish this to my blog and to my
but not
church
on FCBC's
email.
website.
Not on FCBC's website, but I'll put it on like our newsletter stuff.
Oh. Anyway, so I think I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing it. Let me think.
How many hours of sleep do you get a night?
I'm getting about 6.5 right now. I'm trying to aim for 7.5.
And do you feel like you're rested? Do you feel burned out, Joyce? I don't want to burn you out.
I don't feel burned out, but I feel busy. Is there a difference?
Well, yeah, there's a difference. I think everybody's busy. I think everybody likes to be busy. I think that being busy does not equal productivity, though. But being burned out, I think that you'll definitely feel it, and I would probably be able to see it or at least get some type of like vibe from you.
Okay.
But
do you see it?
I don't actually. I mean, you do really well when you lead music. Jess tells me about how you lead your small group girls and how you do great there. And you just finished teaching your first 2 Sunday school lessons and you did really well. So no, I don't see any signs of burnout, and you seem to be typically happy and I don't know, like joyful, I guess. I don't know. You seem to be doing well. Like, how do you feel though?
Well, I think so far I really enjoy the things that I'm doing, and I feel like so I'm super glad that Jess is there, because I think it helps me a lot knowing that I can miss some of the Fridays, and knowing that if I'm like feeling tired or not feeling well one day, that she can also help and take over some of the questions, and that she's like helping me plan socials. So just having someone else there is really helpful. And I think for Sunday school, I also have a lot of support from like you and John Ing and like other people who are like praying for me. I think a lot of people praying for me. So I think that's largely a part of it, is that everyone is so supportive and encouraging that I feel like I want to do a good job. And so I think it's fun to also like talk about the Bible and talk about questions that high schoolers will ask, questions, theological questions, questions that might not normally come up in another population. Yeah. I think that's what makes me interested. I see. And so I think I just really enjoy what I'm doing. I do think that school is going to pick up soon, so we'll see how that I think, yeah, in terms of like busyness, I don't feel burned out right now, but I think it's more that I need to find time for everything. So like leadership, like meeting up with the girls, I need to find the time to do it. I mean, so if anything, it's scheduling that's hard.
Yeah. I do know that you say no to things. So I think that's a healthy thing to do. I think that you're being wise about saying no and being selective on the things that you choose to do. And I think personally, like, as long as you are still happy and you enjoy doing all the areas of service and you still feel like, yeah, you want to keep running it, then yeah, go for it. And I'm going to support you. But yeah, just please let me know like what I can do to help you out.
Actually recently did think about dropping like at least one thing.
Really? Okay, so let's talk. Okay, what would you drop?
Well, I haven't decided yet. Okay, well, I don't know.
Let's talk it through. There's IT. There is Unikoi. There's Sunday.
I'm not doing Unikoi.
Okay, fair. Okay, there's Unikoi counseling.
Okay, I'm not dropping that.
Okay. There's Sundays, percussion Sundays. Percussion's crucial, by the way. Percussion on Sundays.
If you want to kick me off the team, it's okay.
No, no,
okay.
Dude. Okay, no.
I know you have standards.
It's not okay. You're a good percussionist. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Okay, and then there's Sunday school, which I'm assuming you're not gonna drop that because I don't know. I figured you like that.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay, so what would it be? Would it be Sunday percussion?
I feel like that doesn't take much though. Like it's literally one morning, right? Right?
Yeah. It's been averaging out to about one Sunday morning a month. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about IT. Like I like playing on the team, but I think in terms of leading, it's just a little more responsibility, is more added stress. So, yeah.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. And I have not actually scheduled you as much in children's worship. I don't know if you noticed that, but like I haven't been scheduling you as
Oh,
frequently.
that's cool. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Yes, you did. Yeah. But okay, thanks for letting me know though. I do like kind of want to know like what people are thinking, just so I can kind of like anticipate like, okay, where should we go with like the plan and stuff. So thanks, Joyce, let me know.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, let's talk about percussion now, because I'm serious. Percussion is super important, especially when like we're using acoustic instruments. Like I don't know if you noticed, but like we haven't been really using keyboard as much anymore, at least on our team, right? Like I told you, hey, don't play keyboard anymore, just do this percussion stuff. And like me and Philip have only been using our acoustic guitars, you know? So I don't know, I do feel like, why? Okay, so this was from a while back. I think it might have been like last November or something, where I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of strip it down. And then me and Philip, there was one Sunday where I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna go with me and Philip, and it was me and Philip on 2 acoustics. And then since then, I've just been trying to like kind of build the rest of the team around that structure to kind of just kind of start from scratch and just kind of get refreshed a little bit. I felt that me personally, I needed to kind of do that for me. There's more backstory, but yeah, that's kind of, but okay, the percussion is super important because tambourine and egg shaker actually like elevates all of those like choruses and stuff. I know like people will think it's frivolous, but it's not. It's crucial. So your role there is very important. Even if you mess up, it's very important. Did you think that your drumline career would come into play when you were a young adult?
No, absolutely not. I thought when I was doing percussion in high school that it was literally just a way for me to participate in band and marching band and like get away with not practicing a lot outside of band.
Would you play marimba?
What, in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played in the pit, which is like marimba, vibraphone, xylophone, bells.
Oh, so it was everything.
Chimes. Yeah, everything. And then in like concert orchestra, there's like snare drum and bass drum and like all little toys, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was in high school, I like didn't really think about the future. Actually, my band director wanted me to take private lessons.
Whoa.
A high schooler in percussion, and he like would tell me to try out for All State and All Southern. And I did try out for All Southern, so I did that. But I only took lessons for like maybe a month or two leading up to All Southern, and then I stopped. And I made a commitment to myself to say, no, I'm not going to do private lessons because that would be a waste of investing money.
Oh.
There's absolutely no future in percussion, and it was literally just a high school thing. So when I'm done with high school, I'll be done with it.
Okay, so your teacher did not inspire you then, because I don't know, if somebody told me, if I was a kid, hey, like you're kind of good at this, you should take lessons and try out for this thing. Like for me, that would encourage me to be like, yeah, maybe I can do this. Like you totally did not feel that way?
Well, one, I think he tells that to a lot of people. I knew that he was just trying to make everyone like super into band. Two, I think I was just more focused on academics. I like the Asian family culture in me too is like when you think of the future, you think about academics and working versus music. I never really considered music as something that I would be doing in the future.
Yeah, and Joyce, we're exactly the same.
Especially percussion.
We're exactly the same.
We're not the same?
We're exactly the same.
Oh.
I did drumline too, you know that. But like,
yes, I know the drumline.
Yeah, me and my best friend quit senior year, and like both of us were just like, dude, like there's no future in this. Like,
Was your friend Warren?
No, it wasn't Warren. This is my friend Rod. I don't know if you've met him before, but
no.
He played snare drum, I played tenors. Hey, by the way, how come you weren't in battery? Like, why did you? How come?
It's too heavy.
It's too heavy. You could have held a snare drum. You could have held a.
No, it's too heavy.
Bass 1 or something.
I could have done bass one, but that was it. Everything else was too heavy.
I mean, you could have held tenor drums if you really wanted to. Like, I wasn't super
No.
strong. I'm not the strongest
No, but
guy.
I mean, I tried them on and I like was in pain in like a couple seconds.
Okay, but you did try it though. You did try it.
No, not really. Just like I held it. I think it's because since middle school, I was just always more in the pit, I guess. Like I played marimba more often than snare. Because marimba piano and I played piano.
Wait a minute. Even you played drumline in middle school too?
Oh, percussion, not drumline.
You were in percussion in middle school. I didn't know that. I thought your percussion career started in high school.
Oh, no, I was in band in middle school. I played the French horn for 1 year and then I switched to percussion because I didn't want to use the mouthpiece to buzz. And also I didn't want to practice. I actually tried to quit band when I was in 6th grade. I wanted to join the choir because you didn't have to practice again or like buy an instrument or anything like that. But the band director wouldn't let me and he instead put me in percussion.
Wow. Okay, Joyce, I'm going to ask you a hard question now. Now that I know that your musical career was based off the fact that you didn't really enjoy practicing and you didn't see yourself having a future in music, how do you feel about rehearsing for playing music at church? Do you think it's important?
I love it.
Oh, okay. So why the change?
Yeah. Well, I like percussion and I like the music that we make. I think it was more that I didn't like band music, like concert band music. Also, I played violin and South Point didn't have an orchestra. That's why I can't.
I don't think you ever told me that you played violin. Are you serious?
Yeah, I played the violin. Yeah.
Wait, okay, when did you stop playing the violin?
When I went to middle school because they didn't have orchestra. So I played from 4th grade to like pretty much 6th grade, and then I stopped.
Oh man, I think I took violin lessons up until sometime in high school. I don't know when. And
oh, you did?
Yes, we're exactly the same.
So you were in drumline and you played violin?
Yeah. I took like drumline took a lot of time, right? But I don't know, somehow I still found time to do violin lessons. I'm pretty sure I didn't do violin my junior or senior year. I think it must have been freshman and sophomore year or something. But my piano lessons, I took piano lessons all the way through my senior year.
Wow. So you took violin lessons, piano lessons, and you were in drumline at the same time.
Yeah, probably for freshman year, it was all of those, at least for freshman year. Yeah.
That's a lot of music.
It's kind of nuts. I mean, I'm very thankful to my parents, for providing that for me. Like, obviously that shaped who I am today, but like, I don't know, it was kind of nuts at the time now that I think about it.
Did you like it when you were doing it?
No, violin lessons were the worst. But, out of everything, I wish violin was one of the ones that I tried to keep up my skills with. Like, I don't know, it's just a beautiful instrument,
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yes.
Yeah, agree.
Now that you're older, do you wish that you had a different perspective on music when you were in high school? Or do you still think that your perspectives are the same? Like, yeah, high school music is just high school band and that's it.
I guess I wish that I paid more attention to learn like certain techniques and that I tried to expand my like repertoire of instruments that I could play. So I used to always stick with marimba or the mallet instruments because that was where I was comfortable and that was like what I was good at. But I think I do wish that I had learned more like snare drum, experimented with like the tambourine or like whatever other toys that we had. I think that would have been helpful. Or drum set.
Yeah, that would have changed everything for you.
That would have been great. I did take a drum set class in college.
Yeah? And were you good?
I could hold a beat, but I only learned the basic.
That probably helped you in your cajon playing, though. Like, you play cajon, too. You're a pretty talented multi-instrumentalist. I think that gives you flexibility in, like, the different areas you can serve in. Like, for instance, if I don't need a guitarist, then I'll ask you, hey, Joyce, can you play percussion? And I don't know, you probably played piano at one point too for me too.
Like synth, probably.
Synth, yeah, that counts, I guess.
Yeah, I do wish I was especially good at one instrument though. Like I feel like I'm flexible and I can play like a broader range of instruments, but I don't feel like I really studied one instrument really well.
But I think that you do. I mean, I see you primarily as a guitarist vocalist, though. Do you not see yourself that
Really?
way? Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'm that good at guitar or singing, but I mean, I have the most experience in percussion. Although I do make my mistakes.
I don't know. Maybe it's because you lead when you're leading, right? Like when you're leading the congregation, I mean, you're playing guitar and singing. Maybe that's why I see you primarily as that way. Whereas for you, it's just like another piece that you have, I guess.
Well, I think I enjoy guitar and singing the most. Like, I wish that was what I was good at.
Oh, well, I think you're good at it. I don't know why you're so hard on yourself.
I think I'm okay.
Do you think that if your friends in high school knew that you played like music in this way now, do you think that they'd be surprised? Or do they know?
They don't know. I think they would be surprised. I think they would be surprised by guitar and singing.
Because you didn't do that at all.
No.
Who do you owe your guitaring and singing skills to?
I owe my singing skills probably to my mom because she sings. So she like took singing classes before. Oh. She didn't teach me how to sing, but she would always like encourage me when I did sing. And she likes to sing. So I've heard her sing and I've like seen her perform.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's probably why I like to sing. So music's always been around me when growing up. My guitar skills I owe to YouTube. And also just like various people that I've met since I started playing who have given me like tips and pointers and kind of taught me chords and how to strum.
I think I've seen you grow as a guitarist and as a leader in general. I mean, obviously you still have room to grow, but like, no, I think you're still on the upwards trajectory. I hope you keep doing it.
Oh, thanks.
You are also teaching Sunday school with me. Let's do a quick recap of your first 2 lessons. How do you feel? Give me your honest answers.
How do I feel about how I did?
Yeah, I mean, this is your first Sunday school lesson ever. I mean, I know that in the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, you're going to probably teach way more lessons. But I mean, here we are in the moment. How do you feel?
Right. Well, I think the first time that I did it was actually pretty fun. Like, I enjoyed teaching and I enjoyed having them, like, seeing their responses to what I was teaching. And I enjoy when they have questions because it means that they're listening and that they're thinking about what I'm presenting to them. So the first time that I did it, it was really fun and I wanted to do it again. The second time that I did it, I think it was different circumstances because I think I wasn't as prepared. I added a lot more material like the night before. So that's why I ended up not being as confident the second time and also reading off my notes a lot and not planning any group activities or specific questions that I had them answer. So I think the second time was an experience that is making me want to figure out how to be better. So now I know like certain things that I can work on. Yeah. So the second one wasn't as good as the first one, but it makes me want to change to be better.
I wasn't there for the first one. I didn't record it. I was there for the second one. I thought it went well, but I do hear what you're saying about like how you were reading from your notes and how you didn't do any group activities or whatever. I do see where you're coming from. I am encouraged because you still do want to get better. Like it doesn't sound like you're defeated from that. And so,
not yet.
Yeah. So I am excited to see where you go from here. This topic was hard. It was unconditional election.
Yeah.
Did you think that this was too much for your first lesson? Do you think this was a good challenge for your first lesson? What do you think?
No, I think it was good for my first lesson because I think there's a lot you can do with that. And I think that it's an interesting topic. So while I was preparing the lesson, it was like also working through my own thoughts about it and reminding me what exactly unconditional election is and what the objections are and what other schools of thought are out there about how salvation happens. So I think for me, it was actually helped me prepare because I was more interested in it, like in the topic myself. And I think it's good to go through that with the students because I think it's something that people will think more about and not just accept as something that is true, because it's kind of hard to hear sometimes, especially if you hadn't heard it before. And I'm glad it wasn't limited atonement, because I think that is a harder topic.
I think it is a harder topic. Yeah, John's going to be doing that this Sunday. So It's a good thing it's John and not you or me.
Yes.
Okay, Joyce, I'm not going to take too much of your time. Like I said, last question. What have you been listening to lately?
Music-wise?
Music-wise. I mean, I guess podcasts too, or whatever you listen to. I don't know.
I don't really listen to music. I listened to Shawn Mendes's new album.
Okay.
This was a while ago, but there was a singer named Casey Musgraves. She's the artist.
Yeah, I like her album. Stuff. Yeah, it's really good.
Her new album, right? Yeah,
I like it's really Space Cowboy. It's really good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Butterflies.
Yeah. So I like her new album. But
do you listen on Spotify? Do you listen on YouTube? Like, how do you listen to music?
On Spotify.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Joyce, for doing this podcast.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hopefully there's something usable.
I think it will be good.
Okay.
Thanks, Joyce, for being my guest on the show, and thank you everyone for listening. Please send me your feedback or questions for follow-up. You can even send me any questions specifically for Joyce to follow up on, and I'll be sure to get to them in the next few episodes. In the show notes, you'll find links to our podcast archive, and don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or your favorite podcast player. My website is musicgoon.com. The email address for this podcast is soundwords@musicgoon.com, and you can always tweet me at Musicgoon. Thanks. See you soon.